Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me again. I know it's been so many months since I've done a YouTube video, and that is just purely because I just do more on Instagram. So I do so many reels, so many stories about makeup, beauty, life, like everything in between. So if you guys have not joined me there, if you don't follow me there, be sure to. It is Makeup by Megha, and you will see everything. I do so many short form content bits that are just easier, and honestly I think that that's how it's gonna be. I think I'm only gonna really pop onto YouTube when I have something like longer to share with you guys that I can't do on Instagram. So that's why I'm here today for a good old favorites video. It has been so many months since I've done one, and that means that all these different seasons have gone by, and all the products that I'm showing you are products that I've been using for many months now, and that have kind of stood the test of time with summer and spring and fall, and now we're in winter in Atlanta. So I'm really excited to share these with you. It's all beauty products and 2 lifestyle products, which I will pop in at the end of the video. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. The first product I have to show you is some perfumes and a cologne from a company called Dozier. I have actually shared their perfumes with you before in the past, I think last year maybe or earlier this year. And they essentially reproduce classic scents from all these really high-end brands like Chanel and Valentino and things like that at a fraction of the cost. All of their perfumes and colognes start at $29, which is nothing. I have this Prada perfume that I love so much, but it's like $110. And honestly, guys, it smells exactly like the original. So they also do men's perfumes, men's colognes and unisex perfumes and colognes as well. Here is one that I got for my husband. It is musky green tea. And this smells like Creed's Silver Mountain Water. If you guys are familiar with Creed, Creed is this very, very luxurious high-end cologne line, and their colognes usually start at like $200 and up. And this is the exact same scent. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, well, if I can just get Chanel, like why would I get one of these? I'm sure you guys are aware that packaging is what drives up the cost of most products. The actual ingredients in the product itself is not what is very expensive. So honestly, it's essentially the exact same product, just in different packaging. And this packaging is so simple, it's to the point, it is what I like, it is literally my MO. I don't like extra glamorous, over the top types of packaging that takes up extra room. So I've been loving this. The one that I got for myself, I have a couple, but this is Aquatic Peony, and this is a reproduction of Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gia, which is their female perfume. And then I have Woody Hyacinth, which is a replica of Chanel's Chance, and they're the exact same, guys. Trust me, they're the exact same. Starting at $29 right now. I saw on their website that they're actually even cheaper. Most of them start at like $23, so it's a great time to shop. I do have a 10% discount code. It is Megha10, and I will link everything down for you below. Also, it's essentially risk-free to shop there, because whatever you order, if you're concerned about it, it always comes with a smaller sample size for you that you can wear and use and determine if you like it before you open the original, and then you can return it if you didn't like it. So you have a money-back guarantee for 30 days, which is awesome. All right, next up, I thought we could get into skincare first. So a company and product that I have just been obsessed with is Everything Monday Born. I discovered them in 2020. This is a company by Tenny Panosian, who is also a fellow YouTuber here. And I just believe in her products because she has just put in so much thought and research into what she's creating. She's not this YouTuber who has just created a product line to make money. And it shows, you can see it in all the content that she posts about the production process and the thought process, which is awesome. The main product that I have been loving is their Ritual No. 2 Gentle Cleanser. Right here, if my camera would just focus. They care a lot about sustainability, and also her whole product line is based on the theories and formulations of Korean skincare. Her thought process is embedded in that, and her products are super gentle. They're all fragrance free, which I love. I am just so not a fragrance person in my products, because I don't want that to clash with the perfume that I'm wearing. So I just think she's really got it right. I have gone through 3 bottles of this, you guys, not 1, but 3. It is a standard 4 fluid ounce bottle, and I just love it. I just feel like it's so gentle on the skin, and I feel truly squeaky clean. which I know you should feel after any gentle cleansing, but I just don't after most products. So I just really, really love this and all their products, but this is their main standout to me. It is Ranavat Beauty's Imperial Glow Smoothing Facial Polish. This is essentially their physical exfoliant. What really makes this one different to me is one, all the beads in here are much thicker and larger than a normal exfoliant. And then there aren't as many. So because you get thicker beads, you're still getting that exfoliation that you want and that satisfaction that you want from a physical exfoliant, without sacrificing and making your skin feel terrible afterwards. The beads are essentially in this liquid, pasty sort of form that is so hydrating. So after I wash my face with this, I feel like $1,000,000. My skin feels super refreshed. It feels very moisturized. And for all those who have been following me, yes, I do still have very oily skin, but I just really need to hydrate. And I noticed that I feel the best after I hydrate. My skin does not produce as much oil as well. And overall, makeup just glides on. So I'm over that part in my life where I used to just not hydrate because I didn't want that oil. Now I'm so thankful for my oily skin and I'm so happy that I have it because no wrinkles, guys. My next one is Tretinoin, you guys. So my friend Roshni got me into Tret over the summer, and I was happy to give it a go because her skin literally glows from the moon. I swear if I was in the moon, I'd be able to see only her skin. It is that beautiful. And I know that she struggled with acne and stuff when we were growing up. So the fact that she was able to transform her skin, even though she ended up having craters and those types of issues with this, was a big deal because I had seen that transformation. And so she recommended Tretinoin to me. I have actually used this as a child as well when I was 14 or 15 years old. Back then my skin could not handle it, and I distinctly remember my skin peeling after just a couple of uses, so I just gave it up like a 14-year-old would because it was just too much for me. But now, one, my skin does not peel at all. I've been using this for about 6 months now, and I would say it did take probably about 3 weeks for me to actually see any results. So I had to be pretty thorough with using this every day and frequent with it. The two things that I distinctly see a big difference with is overall shine in my skin. When I wash my face the next day, even when I don't have anything on, my skin seems to illuminate from within, which is really beautiful. And anytime I feel like I'm getting a breakout, like I actually was getting a breakout here yesterday, and I immediately applied this and I've woken up and it has gone away. So it is keeping my skin texture free, which is something that I have struggled with for a very long time. So if you guys are worried about Tretinoin just being so intense, all of that, just give it a try. It is a retinoid. It is very strong. It is prescription strength. It is stronger than a normal retinol for sure. But if you have very oily skin, I think you will be pleasantly surprised that maybe your skin is not going to react the way that you thought it would. And even if you don't, then maybe give it a try in the summer when you're maybe a little bit oilier than usual. That's what I did, and it worked like a charm. So I am at 0.025%, which is their lowest dose. The tube is almost over, as you can see. I am going to amp it up and go into a 0.05 soon, just because I feel like now I've hit that plateau where nothing new is really happening with my skin. So I think to get it to that next level, I have to amp up the dosage. The Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation, you guys. I got this in April or May, and I was not expecting anything just because honestly, after they discontinued the Matte Velvet Plus foundation by Makeup Forever, their foundations have just not worked for me. And so I said, I'll just give this a go. It's probably not gonna work. I was so wrong. It is so incredible. I think the texture is beautiful. It feels actually very matte velvety. I feel like they have taken the best of that range and the old Ultra HD and created something that is going to work for most people. One, their color range is amazing. You will definitely find something in there for you. They focused heavily on undertones, which is where their range used to really struggle before. This time, they've really got it. And I have gotten 3N48, which is, they said that it's the same as a Y422 before. I don't find that accurate. I used to actually have Y422 in their Ultra HD. It was very, very yellow. I feel like also with them finally introducing a neutral color range is also more inclusive, because for people like me, I'm not very yellow, I'm not very pink, I'm super neutral. And if I go yellow, I end up looking really dark. If I go pink, I end up looking sick. So I have to get neutral colored foundations, and a lot of color ranges and brands just didn't have that before. I just feel like the texture of this foundation looks and feels like skin, and it is insanely good with oil control. That is something that I did not expect and I was not looking for at all, because that wasn't a claim that they really made this foundation. But I took this to Asia in May, and we were there at the end of May, beginning of June. It was over 100 degrees. I would sweat. We were wearing masks and my makeup was still on. So absolutely love this foundation. It is great. I think that it can go from medium to full coverage. I like to wear it as medium coverage, and I've even worn this to a bunch of events. Love it. Next is my Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Because I have discoloration around my chin and my forehead, I've just come to the conclusion that instead of trying to find a foundation that works everywhere and make something gray and make something light, it's just best to go in with two products for me. So I use this around my chin area to color correct and to conceal and essentially work as a foundation. So the fact that it is a multi-use concealer, it really is all of that. I use this just like here, here, and here, and I, conceal this whole area, and it does not make me gray. It just blends in seamlessly with everything else I have going on. It always looks so good. They have so many different colors. I've seen people use this under the eyes. I have seen people conceal and correct and contour with this. I just use this as a concealer and corrector, and it just does amazingly well. I wore this at my wedding as well. My amazing makeup artist, Noor, is the one who introduced me to this, and I use this every single day. So now also finding a foundation has become so much easier, because I just focus on that foundation looking good in the center of my face, which is lighter and brighter, because I know that I just had this magic product to make everything look good for my chin area. Next up, my Fenty Beauty Concealer. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. I have rediscovered this and I have been loving this. I had this in my makeup kit for years, but I just haven't really used much of it. This is color 330. And I have been loving the formula of it. I mean, it is thick, you guys. There's no doubt about that. The wand is flexible, which I love. And I've just been using this to go in over lighter coverage foundations like the Pat McGrath or like the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop, just to give me more full coverage in my cheeks where I have some blemishes. And honestly, I don't really care about the blemishes and stuff showing. I'm not like this full coverage gal, as you guys probably know, but sometimes it's nice for like when you want to take that foundation and have that light wear, but just amp up coverage in certain areas, but still feel very light. This has been great for that. So I've been loving it. And also, again, their color range is out of this world. You guys will love it. So first and foremost, my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. It is so disgusting. I have used it so much, you guys. Honestly, I don't know how I have not hit pan on so many of the colors, especially that one, just because I use this that much. It has been great for everyday workwear, especially where you don't want to be like overly glam, or you don't want to have like a bunch of like shiny eyeshadow and all that kind of stuff. It's been great for that. And these eyeshadows just blend very seamlessly. They are all matte, and sometimes matte eyeshadows are difficult for a lot of people, and people just like it doesn't like budge, it doesn't really blend. These are very sort of creamy. They're like almost emollient eyeshadows, though they're not. They're still powders. They go on so seamlessly and they blend beautifully. So I would just say if you've been scared of matte eyeshadows, or you want something really basic that you can create a lot of looks with still, but keep things very simple, this is it. Also, I just think the size of this, you guys, is everything. Like, I could stick this in any makeup bag that I have, even when I carry like a small like travel bag for like a day or two, and it just, it just travels really well. So that's important for me as well. Next up, the Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. This is a newer discovery. It is a November discovery, but I am obsessed with this. I didn't want to wait to share this with you guys in December or sometime else because it is that good. Natasha Denona's palettes are expensive AF. I have her foundation, and I never bought a palette because I was like, oh my god, like over $60 for a palette. I don't know about that, but I got it with the Sephora sale, and you guys, like, can we just have a moment? She has so many, and I always tend to go for colors like this. Warm colors just suit my skin better, and they're just the most beautiful consistency. Her mattes are incredible. There's just, again, they also feel very blendable. Her shimmers are very like, they pack a punch without being annoying and like where you have to like just keep rubbing your brush to like really get it. It stays on the eye. They're amazing. My only issue is that there is more fallout than I was hoping for. That being said, the formulation, the consistency, the ease of wearing these is just next level. And I also really appreciate, like, you know, sometimes when you get palettes, you're like, oh, if I have one palette, I have them all. At least that's how I used to feel. So I thought, okay, this is gonna be like the Urban Decay Naked palette, which I wear all the time, but it's just not. There's more yellow in everything. And also there's not that like one super light color, and there's not that one black, which is in every palette. But here is their darkest color. It's like a deep, deep inky purple. And so I find that really interesting. And as you can see, I've used almost all of the shimmers. Like, who am I? I haven't worn a shimmer for a long time. I have something on my eye today. It's not from here. I'm testing something else out, but just, I can't say enough good things about this. Like, if you are interested in a good eyeshadow palette, look at any of hers. Like, they have different ones for different needs, and I think that you would be really, really happy. Next up is the Makeup by Mario Master Brow Gel. This is one of those products I've talked about so much, but I think people just overlook it and think that, okay, it's like a nothing product. It's not something that you really need. This actually has changed my life, you guys. I was never a brow gel girl at all, but it is so great for like long haul flights, or if you know you're gonna be wearing makeup from really early into really late at night, or events, or the gym if you're, you know, putting on some makeup onto your eyebrows for that. It just does not budge. And for me, I've actually done a reel on this on Instagram, kind of talking about how like I'm the kind of person, I don't have to do makeup anywhere else, but my eyebrows have to be done. Like, I feel like a different person with my eyebrows on, even when I did makeup for clients before, and I was trained, they always said that eyebrows frame your face. So if that doesn't look good, nothing looks good. And so even if you don't do your brows per se, just putting this on, brushing it out with the brush is just gonna give you a little bit of shape and a little bit of definition. And I just love this. Like, I literally, if I don't put this on, I'm like, oh my God, like my brows are gonna move. It's gonna be all over the place, but just love it. It's so, so good. Next, for the cheeks, the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. I have been obsessed with this since I got this, which was, I wanna say like a year or two ago. I have done a reel on this as well. And this is a cream and a powder, and you can use it by themselves separately or together. So you can go in with this, add this on top to get a little bit of that glow, and also add depth and dimension to the color, which I think is so cool. I think this was one of the first of its kind. Honestly, I had never seen anything like this. This color, I just love. Like, I love my browns, as you guys know. I just think it looks the best on me, and it gives me that range to be able to do whatever I want with my lip when you just go really neutral everywhere else. So this is the color She's So LA, and I think it would look really beautiful on people even darker than me and lighter. It's just stunning. Then I have two lip products that have just been my absolute favorite. One is the Nars Velvet Lip Glide in the color Bound. The reason for this one being so amazing is, one, the color is like the most perfect mauve like ever, and two, it's got this beautiful consistency where you can put it on your lips without feeling like it's super glossy. Like, because I have larger lips, sometimes I just don't like glossy lips. I feel like my lips then look too big. It looks like kind of, I don't know, out of balance or something. And also, I think I'm the only person in the world like this, but sometimes a glossy lip makes me feel like I can't smile properly because I feel like it's all over my teeth. Every time I wear a glossy lip, I'm like, checking my teeth, and I feel really awkward, and I like smile with my mouth closed and all that kind of stuff. But this is so, I don't know, it's not sticky. It glides on, has a lot of opacity to it, so it still covers like my discolored lips. Like, it's just an amazing, amazing formula. I feel like if I'm ever wearing a glossy lip, it has to be this. Like, it will not be anything else. And the color is just stunning. They have so many in this, but this one's beautiful. And the next one is this Nude Sticks lipstick. It is, gosh, my camera is just not focusing today. This is the color Bound, and it is like pretty dark. It's like this chocolatey brown. It is like a darker grayish brown nude, which is darker than my skin color, but it is such a good nude. And this is like that nude. Like, if I'm really going for like that OG like nude look and I'm doing like a really dark eye or whatever, like this is that one. And it is just like, the formula is amazing. It's so creamy. It's not that like matte that feels uncomfortable, because I know so many people feel that way. But Nude Sticks has just got the most amazing nude colors for every skin tone. So if you have not tried their products, or if you feel like you haven't actually found like a really good nude and nudes are difficult, especially being colored. Like, I totally get that. Like, there are definitely times where I'm like, oh, I can't find a good nude or whatever, but I've got like my few OGs that are just excellent, and this is one of them. And I've had this for years and years, you guys. This is not a new discovery. I just rediscovered it again in my makeup kit. Next up, I wanted to talk about this amazing company called Winc that I just recently discovered, and I got a bunch of wine from. As you guys can see, you get 4 wines in a box. You can get more. And I actually have a code to where you can get it for $29.95, which is insane because where else do you get wine at such a good price? Even if you go to the grocery store, you're gonna pay more than that for 4 bottles of wine. So it's one of those like really cool websites where you go in, you take a quiz, let them know what kind of wine you like, and they will curate a box for you. The one difference is that if you don't like what they've curated, you can look at their humongous inventory and pick the 4 that you want. And it's so affordable. You get so many amazing wines. I got the most fun ones. You guys saw that I got like this 2020 red blend. I got like a bunch of whites that I've never really heard of before. And I think it's a really fun way to explore wine without having to go to the store and keep asking people for information. Because if you, once you pick your wine, there's also like reviews on it. So you can read about it, you can kind of learn about it, you can Google it. So I just think it's an amazing experience. And $29.95, you guys, like what? That is such a good price. I'm gonna link everything down for you below. You only get that through my link. There's not actually a code, so you'd have to like use that link to get your, to place your order. And I just think it's so worth it. I actually got it for a bunch of my employees and they all loved it. So lastly, on the lifestyle sort of home front, are these amazing teas from Tea Forte. I discovered their store in Boston and I've just been hooked ever since. Like, they do these amazing pyramid style teas. So if you guys can see this picture, it's like, I have these actually clear glasses, not this one, but different ones. And the tea bag is this beautiful pyramid. It's just so beautiful for entertaining because it looks so fancy and so interesting. And they have amazing flavors. So I have been using these for years and I started to post about it on Instagram. People kept asking like what it was, where it was, you know. You can get it from teaforte.com or Amazon. But here are some of like their flavors. They have white ginger pear, they have white ambrosia, green mango peach, and this is just the season to like warm up some tea in the morning or night or whatever and have some delicious tea, warm your heart, warm your soul, and I just love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry if I bored you to death for 20 minutes talking your ear off, but I hope you enjoyed learning about these products, and everything is linked down below for you, colors, links on where to purchase it, and all of that information. So if you have any questions, please post in the comments and make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.